need to get my thumb out of the way. Yeah, just leave my thumb in.
Sure.
Hello, VSC. Whoa.
Welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
The virtual shopping channel of the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
Yes.
So, hello. I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in kind of gloomy and cold Brevard, North Carolina, right?
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
I'm like, what are we doing?
There was
right
a
now?
white thing on the screen, and I'm like, what is that? It's a tag.
It's a tag. All right. So, unrelated to the VSC, I'm trying to, like, the lighting's weird in here. I'm trying to show off the blue color of our shirts. We showed off the mustard, the yellow yesterday. These are the blue ones, the really soft cotton poly blend that we just got from East Coast Tags, also doing business downtown as Brevard Screen Printing, right? Check them out. They're awesome. These are super cool. And ooh, the other thing before I start putting on stuff that's behind me, someone asked yesterday what a Viking shirt is. And it could be like some people who've been following us from the beginning, we incessantly talk about this, but I don't think we have recently. So the reason we might, and now I'm seeing the white things that are distracting me too. The reason that we might be getting Viking shirts, what Viking shirts are, is we jokingly call our customers Vikings because they come and pillage the shop. And so we have stickers that say, I'm a Viking at Sun Dragon. And we have customers who will show up with Viking horns just for fun. And so we're thinking about getting maybe red shirts or something, like one color. We still have to decide on one color. And I'm going to talk about this on several episodes because not everyone watches the VSC. But one color for Viking shirt. And before we go any further, I'm going to grab a sticker so I can show people what we're talking about. But it's, instead of having our shop logo of the dragon, it would have a Viking on it. And then we'd have to decide for sweatshirts, are we doing only one logo? Are we doing both? Like a run of both? What are we doing? I don't know. But I need you to vamp for a second.
Yeah, like, so the two logos, I guess, you know, over the years, we've always done the dragon, and then over the last few years we've started incorporating the Viking more because it's I'm a Viking. Yeah.
I'm a Viking at Sun Dragon. It's a badge of honor that you're a customer and you've shopped with us, that we call you a Viking. Because like this table I just had to clean off because it got piled with things we were showing customers or colors they were rooting through, or and it's a badge of honor for us that people like us enough to come and pillage and rifle through and pull out all kinds of yarn so they can make decisions. And then it looks like a bomb went off in here. And we kind of like that, actually. Like, part of me says I wish the shop were cleaner, and part of me says it's a mess because people love coming in and shopping and rifling and all that. So the stickers are 3 colors, or many colors, and we may just go with the single color. Like, we may keep things simple. Like we did the single color with the dragon. Our older shirts had the dragon in yellow and had all the colors, and we might keep things classic and simple and just have this. I've got a black and white sketch of this, my original sketch, that we can do as a mock-up on a red shirt eventually. So enough about that for the moment, but I'm pondering. So happy to hear your thoughts in the comments, or get in touch with us, or talk to us in person or on Zoom, or all those things, for what you think you would like. All right. So, oh, you're making a one with the, that's right. Okay. I'm not finishing my sentences. Liz is knitting with last week's yarn of the week, the Yana XL, which, you know, I've already made a lovely cowl out of, but this is not this week's yarn of the week. So what are we doing this week, Liz?
This week,
I'm not talking all the time.
I picked my favorite color of this.
Ooh.
This week we are doing Juniper Moon Farm La Pampa, finest organic merino, humanely raised in Argentina.
And so, yes, organic merino. which means it's not as slippery as superwash merino, but I think it's absolutely lovely. I still think
Yeah.
it's very soft for a wool.
It, in the twist, it doesn't feel like really, really soft and squishy.
That's
but
why I have samples.
your sweater feels so
Yes,
much
I'm
softer.
gonna
than-
put my sweater back on in a second too. But since you have that color, so
Yes.
what weight of yarn and yardage and things?
So it's classed as a number 5 bulky. It is 100% organic wool,
Oh, I forgot to look for.
merino breed specific. It is 131 yards per 100 grams. Hand wash, lay flat to dry, all the fun stuff. They're recommending a US 9 to an 11 needle or a K through an M hook. Yes.
So this is a hat I made with the red and that one. What colorway is that? Well, does red have a name?
It does. It's carmine.
Carmite?
Carmine.
Carmine.
Sorry.
And what's the name on
Marble.
marble? I don't think these are the colors in the hat pattern. Like, okay, we've got a hat pattern and a sweater pattern that they sent us that I made, both of them. This one I think is designed, it's got like a kind of a flat top and it's designed to have a pom-pom on the top if you want. 2 skeins makes this lovely. And I think I had a little bit left over. And it is lovely and squishy. This is a mosaic hat in that you don't have to carry both colors across a row. You're only knitting with one color at a time, and every row you change colors and you just drop one and pick up the other. Like working with one color at a time does not mean you're cutting the yarn every time. I could show you in here. Here is where, see that little twisty? That's where I carried the yarn all the way up to the top. I think it'd be lovely in any color combo. We will go through the other colors soon. I just went over to check and see if we still have the copies of the patterns that they sent us. And I'm not sure. I don't want to waste your time by looking. But regardless, if you buy the yarn, like 2 skeins of yarn, and this one it's 15% off with the code product of the week with spaces between the words. It's the only code we use that has spaces between the words. But if you buy 2 skeins of yarn and say you want this pattern, I can print it off the computer for you and send it with your package. Free of charge if you buy enough yarn for this pattern and say you want the hat pattern. If I have a chance, as we're talking, I will look up the names of these patterns because I can't find the hard copies right now. No show notes, people. But so this is a nice, quick 2 skein project. And then y'all have recently been seeing the sweater I've been wearing. So now that I've showed off the shirt, I'm going to put the sweater back on. And this is one of the ones by Melissa Leapman that doesn't have any short row shaping in it. So I have to look for like where all my ends are woven in to know which one's the back. But this is the Arabella Pullover.
You know, we have little tags to help fix that.
Huh?
Our little Sun
No,
Dragon.
these are too short for that. The end minders are for while you're working, not for what?
The little faux leather.
We do. We have little tags that you can sew on like as a label, maybe kind of on the back. That's what she's talking about. Another day, we will tell you all about that. So this one, the cover photo for this, again, if I remember, because I told y'all I put like pictures at the end of yesterday's episode and then life got crazy at the shop and it didn't happen. If I remember, I will put in screenshots of the hat pattern and this pattern, like what the colors look like that they did it in. But I will pick out the colors in just a second for this and maybe try to remember how many skeins it took. But we can work with you if you would like to get enough yarn for this. We will either dig out one of our leftover copies of the pattern, or I can print it off of, if you don't mind, a computer printed copy. We'll print it off on the computer and send it to you if you buy enough yarn for this. So, but this one's called the Arabella Pullover. Hers, the sample copy had like bright red up here, had the carmine up here, had a cream. This guy, ivory for most of the rest of it. And then a bunch of grays and mostly grays, I think, and maybe a pink. We
Yeah.
don't carry all of the colors that, or maybe we do at this point. I can't remember.
No,
I'll
I
have to
think
go
we're
back and look.
missing a gray.
I think we're missing one of the grays because we didn't bring in every single color this comes in, just most. So my colors though, that I did this in, let's take a look. Acorn, lovely butternut squash color.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love this color. It is so fall and so yummy. And it really, like, picture a butternut squash soup.
Yes.
That's the color of acorn. It's gorgeous. It's a little bit pumpkin pie-ish kind of,
Yeah.
you know, think about those colors. So Liz is already pulling them all out. The other color that you see the most of in this, what's that one called?
Ocean.
Ocean. And ocean is really gorgeous because it is a teal, but it's heathery. And it, like, the heathery is a little bit of like gold or something, or yellow.
A greeny,
Yeah.
a yellowy green.
Most of them are kind of heathery. It's great.
Yeah. It's a more muted teal. It's
Mhm.
not like a bam in your face.
Another color in this one is rose water, and rose water is like a rosy beige. It has a little bit of a pink tone to it. It's beige, but it's a warm pinky beige. It's like, that's the best way I can describe it. And it was just like, I want to keep these colors. Like, don't these look pretty together? And then
Eggplant.
I forgot there were so many colors in this. So there's some
Which is
purple.
purple.
It's a nice royal
It's
purple.
not as dark as on the.
Yeah, and I always tell people I'll try to edit it so what we see may not be what you see.
There's one
But
more.
there is one more. There's this one. And this one is brick. And it really is a nice ruddy brick red. Like, it's not really red, but it's got that brick brownie reddy, you know, color.
Yeah.
So these are all the colors in my sweater. And I will say, this is not mosaic. This is stranded color work. And there were a couple of rows where, like, right in here, the middle of these diamonds, 1, 2, there might have even been 5 colors going across one row. And you just kind of muddle your way through. Don't worry about it, because look, this looks lovely. And I did not do it perfectly, but it still looks pretty awesome. So other colors that we have, we've got a pretty wide palette of this.
We have another blue,
Mm-hmm.
and it is called Steel.
Steel. It's really a nice classic
Steely blue.
steely blue. Yeah, it's very nice. It's like a little lighter than a denim. I think it's wonderful. We've got
That is a pretty green.
fern. It's a very pretty, like, what color green is this? It's the green I like because my eyes changed to match it. So
It's
mossy.
like the color of the ferns outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Fern,
nice
moss.
yeah.
You know, it's not quite olivey. It's a little bit warmer than that.
Not forest where it's got that blue tone to it. It's yeah.
It's almost a pea green. It's like somewhere in between all of these.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. I think it's just lovely. We've in terms of grays, we have stone. We already talked about this one. What was this one called?
That one's just a marble.
Marble. Marble is really, really like think about if like marble paint or something, like a marble, but you mix the colors up a little bit that are in marble. The stone is a nice light charcoal gray, like not a dark charcoal gray. It's like right in the middle.
This one's charcoal. It's just slightly off black.
It's off black. Like, we don't have a black in this, but this is like super dark gray, what we call off black.
It's like the is it anthracite in the Patagonia? Yeah.
And it's the same company.
Yeah.
Like, so some of the colors are going to have overlap. This is the chunky version in some ways of Patagonia. It's got a lot more plies to it. We don't have I forget which one is the worsted weight one. We've got the light DK, and we've got the bulky of their organic merinos, and they're just lovely. Last two here, we've got rose, not to be confused with rose water, but I think they would look lovely together. But rose is really more of a dusky rose pink. It's a nice solid pink without being super bright or super dark. So
this one is anise.
anise or anise, or however we're gonna say it. And it's a what you know,
it's a spicy tawny light
tanny
brown.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
So we really tried to have a lot of nice neutrals and a lot of just fun colors. None of them are like super intense, gonna scare you out of your pants or anything. The most vivid is that purple.
Mhm.
And
the red.
And the red, that's true. I was like, couldn't see it under there. But I think it's a really nice palette. And so if you would like us to pull together a color combo for you, for anything, for the hat, for the sweater, if you're wondering if it'll work for another bulky pattern, chances are yes. It's a robust bulky in that it's not too light. It's not super, super thick either. I think it really works well for just a mid-range bulky pattern. But I will say, like, we've had people buy some bulky yarns recently and didn't live up to their expectations because there was a looser spin on it.
How many
So-
yards are the Lana Quick?
The Lana Squick are 109 yards. It's 100 meters.
Okay.
Why?
So this
What's
is
this
the
one?
same, the closer to the Barocco Ultra Alpaca.
Yeah,
Chicky.
131 yards.
Yeah.
It's the same yardage as the Barocco Ultra Alpaca. It's not as soft, but it has more structural integrity.
I was
for a
thinking it
garment,
would make
so-
a awesome Outlander type shawl too, because you're gonna get the stitch definition.
You'll get the stitch. Yeah, if you wanted to
Yeah.
make the Outlander shawl, it will be thinner than the Lana Quick. It won't need as much yarn. But you'll have some good stitch definition. Yeah. And this on an 11 might be very nice. Again, it won't be super like compact to do it on an 11, but it says use 9 to 11 needles. So you could still use it for an Outlander shawl with the garter triangle shawl, easy shaping with stripes at the bottom. So contact us if you're wondering how much you need for something like that. I'm going to see if really quickly I can find the patterns that, or how much yarn, my projects, I did post a project about this. I don't know if I ever posted it being finished, but I did it in the, like, as I was going. How much? I said 5 skeins of acorn, 2 for my size. And my size is a fairly decently, like, I'm going to be in the middle to the upper range of the sizes available. I used 5 skeins of acorn according to what I logged here. I can't remember. I might have only needed 4, but I think I needed 5. 2 skeins of the ocean, 1 skein of eggplant, 1 skein of rosewater, and 1 skein of the brick. And my, oh, I wrote notes. Look at this. This is what I should be doing for all my patterns, and I don't. The pattern said I might need 6. But I have short arms is what I put here. So I only needed 5. I still had plenty. Let's see. The pattern said I might need 2 skeins of rosewater, but I still had plenty left of the first. So the rosewater is these little diamonds. And so the pattern thought I was going to need 2 and I only needed 1, but I did this on 10.5 needles, not on 11s, but 10.5. And I really like the stitch definition of it. I'm going to see if I can figure out the name of the hat. Anything else you want to say about this yarn, Liz? You have not necessarily used this yarn, right?
I have bought lots of it to play with it, and I have not yet. No,
This week would be a wonderful week.
I am using it. I started using it in my zombie apocalypse sweater that is languishing in an unfinished projects pile. I like it. I think that, like with the Patagonia, it's gonna fluff. It's like it has a different bloom point where it gets soft and fluffy from a lot of other yarns. So people are like, well, it's not soft, but with blocking, and you blocked your sweater, didn't you?
I did. I don't know how much it really shifted it, but I did. Here's their photo in case I don't have time to put pictures at the end. Here's their picture of the Arabella. And they used some one pink and a bunch of brown grays in it. I can't speak this morning. How is that different from any other day? And here's the hat. It's the Giselle. Now I'm remembering the Giselle. And they used ocean, it looks like, and maybe the cream for theirs. So I am happy to print these off for anyone. If you're buying enough yarn for the pattern, I will print you a copy of it. If we have any of the glossy copies here in the shop, we'll totally send you that. But full disclaimer, I don't know if we have any left. but I can always print you a copy. If you don't mind one that came out of my printer, I will send it along with the yarn. Just put that in the notes when you buy it. So 15% off with the code product of the week. Use spaces in there. The description below our video should have it spelled out, and the category product of the week in our online shop should also have the rules spelled out for that too. Contact us before buying something if the code doesn't work or doesn't seem to be working, or you can't remember it. Shoot us an email. You can try dropping a comment here. Sometimes we see them in time and sometimes we don't. But this sale goes until next Tuesday. And next Tuesday is what day of the week? Or what date on the calendar? The 8th. So through November 8th, the code will work on the La Pampa. And I strongly recommend any bulky weight like hat pattern or scarf pattern or anything. This would be wonderful for. It is not machine washable, but sometimes machine washable means it's not as fun. So, you know, sometimes, but it means easy care. So not necessarily easy care, hand washing, but anything can be hand washed. And I always recommend hand washing for the life of your goods anyway. So,
if you're felting, it'll probably felt really
it will
well.
probably felt really well. It's true. Yeah. So felting down like the of gloves or whatever. I can't find words today. Well, for some things. Coasters, right? No, hot pots.
Well,
whatever.
coasters, oven mitts, you know, hot pads,
things you
trivets,
felt. I don't felt a whole lot because I don't
purses,
trust how it's
hats.
gonna felt. So anyway.
I only felt if there's a pattern for it.
So good to talk to y'all. Tomorrow I'm like, we gotta wrap up. We actually should open up the shop right now. So tomorrow is gonna be Dear Becky and Lizzy, and we'll address any questions you have. If you have any thoughts before tomorrow, email
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
and we have knit night Friday. We had a lovely knit night last night. We got up to 16 or 17, which was really nice. We had a few new people. Thanks for joining us. And we will have another virtual sit and stitch 7 to 9 p.m. on Friday, East Coast time. Get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And remember to call me if you ever forget that. I'll give you the prompt.
You were already on knit night, so I couldn't. Well, I could, but you would have been like, why is Liz calling me?
I would have panicked that something was horribly wrong and I would have answered the phone. So, you know. Okay, we're going to go. Have a good day. We got a lovely letter, by the way, which I will bring up again tomorrow, from one of our customers, and she was saying how she feels like we're friends, and I think that's lovely. We will address that more tomorrow because we got to go, but I like thinking that we're friends to y'all out there. We would love to be your friends. So we will talk more later. Okay, bye-bye.